Hey guys, how's everybody doing that? I'm Marty Phillips here for One to Talk, and I just finished watching this episode of Dynamite, and we had no audience. We can expect that was gonna happen, and I was there for the last regular taping, the one they did in Salt Lake City. So I thought it could be interesting for some of you guys to know how was it, how was the environment, how was things feeling, how things going like. So, the few minutes, I'm just gonna tell you what happened in there. Okay. So that recording was Salt Lake City. That was on the 11th of March, and it was for the last week Dynamite, and for this week AEW Dark. And personally, we were not very sure about going, but Flash tickets, they didn't have like any statement about what was gonna happen with reimbursement or something. So still things were kind of normal here in Utah. So we just decided to go anyways. At the entrance, everything looked kind of normal. Security personnel were checking for tickets and they were checking the signs and like looking for any vulgarities written on them. They did have gloves on them, which I think it's kind of normal. I recall being in other events and they always kind of wearing gloves when they check your bags and stuff like that. But I didn't see any other type of like mask or any other sort of health measure aside from that. Now all food stands were like working normally too. There was like huge lines, so there was also no measures regarding that. I did see in the merch stand some security personnel were trying to keep people like walking by, so they didn't want anybody kind of just standing in front of the merch stand looking for things. They wanted you to go straight to the line if you were actually buying something. And I got myself this kind of beer cozy. And I do remember that the people in the merch stand, they were still handling cash and they were not wearing gloves or again any other type of extreme measure or something alike. When we got to our seats, that's the first time we saw something kind of interesting. So the hard camera side, like not the one you would see on TV, like the one you won't see where the camera is aiming from, it was completely empty. Aside from some people on ringside and maybe like the first two rows, there was nobody else. I don't know if they never actually sold those tickets. Salt Lake City is not like one of those wrestling cities, so maybe they just didn't sell them. But it was pretty interesting that it was like completely fully empty till the top. So maybe they just moved some people to the hard camera side, and I think they never aim at on TV on the actual show. I watched the show once at least after I was there, and I don't recall them like shooting that size, so probably you wouldn't tell that it was completely empty unless you were there. They recorded one of the dark matches first, and people like looked very hype. There was like a lot of energy in the audience. Then Cody came in for his match, and I don't think he was told or he was advised to not to get close to people. I think he greeted some people on the way to the ring, like people on the first rows. And this was also the match where Jake the Snake finally revealed Arthur to be his client, and they were also sitting in the audience. And when they came out, they also came like pretty close to everybody else, so nothing again weird in there. It looked pretty normal, like no measurement or something alike. Now, during the commercial breaks, on one of the commercial breaks, everybody sang Happy Birthday to Aubrey. And during another commercial break, one of the referees started taking like selfies with people and started like making some poses. And he actually went to the audience. He took selfies with people very close to them. And there was this couple with a baby. And they gave him the baby. And he actually took the baby with him. And the parents took some picture with them. During the match of the Librarians versus the Dark Order, some guys in the audience had like some signs. Liva from the Librarians took that sign, walked around with it, used it during the match, and then gave it back to the guys. At the end, most of the faces came to the ring, They start like giving away some free merchandise and they throw some shirts to the audience. And we actually sang "Happy Birthday" to Matt from the Young Bucks. I think his birthday was gonna be uh, later that Friday or so. Last Friday was his birthday, if I'm not mistaken. So we sang to him, and again, everything like looked very normal with people. After that, Colt Cabana remained in the arena, and all the crew people were kind of taking down the stage and taking down the ring. And Colt Cabana went to the audience to say hi to some fans. He took a long time. He was probably there like for 15 minutes, maybe, taking picture with guys. And he actually even jumped the fences and went to like the sitting area and talked to some people that were like kind of calling him. So it was not like people that were sitting on the first row. So like this was people that were sitting like way back, and they just started like kind of calling him. He went there, took some pictures with them, and stuff. One more thing, my Lyft driver said that he actually took early in that day Sammy Guevara to do some stuff in downtown, and it seems that Sammy Guevara was with Jungle Boy. At least that's the way this driver described the guy on the car, and Sammy explained this guy that he was like the bad guy on the show, but they were actually friends in real life. And the driver says that Sammy Guevara is a pretty cool guy. He even bought him a bottle of water. So cool for him, guess. So everything looked pretty normal, aside from the fact that half of the arena was empty. And I saw a couple of people like wearing masks, but nothing weird. Like nothing looked like extremely nervous or something like that. So it looked like just like a normal show, like a normal um, dark show or like a normal live show. Because of the attendance, it was not like that crazy, but nothing weird for being like the last episode before all this kind of health stuff exploded, and now we have like no audience shows on TV. So, well, hope you found all these facts interesting. We are currently uploading some reviews of 205 Live, which we think is a great show that not much people is watching right now. So you got some time, go there, watch those first two episodes, and see you around, guys. Thank you.